Namaha Namaste. So I just like to speak to you about self-care. Let me get my voice. Okay. Self-care, and why am I actually doing this show for Yachting International Radio? 7 years ago, many years ago, I have observed that we don't live a balanced lifestyle, which means either it's work hard, play hard. Let's just take our body, our vessel, our emotional and mental state of being for granted and just totally abuse it. That was pretty much what I have observed. And then undergoing through various tribulations in life, I believe I can share with you what I have learned and what I have experienced. Apart from all my certifications that I have, if this is trauma-informed yoga therapy, yoga specialized in cancer, for women, alchemy healing, which is a quantum healing technique that goes into the past lives, hypnosis, NLP master coach, and anything that I have learned through my experience working in the business environment for 27 years, including the yachting industry. And some people think like, why would you be able to say something about this? I'm going to share a little story from my side. When I was 19, my father passed away. So I had my severe PTSD during that time. Not to mention the 19 years of ballet in a Russian academy that I danced. There were some serious moments that I would definitely call a collection of trauma. And then conditioning, programming. Then having also lived in Germany at that time where it was not so common to have an Indonesian Chinese father and a German mother. So you just can make up the story yourself there. But then within the times I went through addiction, if this is drugs, alcohol, any various other addictions, retail therapy, attachment, codependency, underwent various relationships with narcissistic partners, and have also experienced a tumor in my left breast, have an autoimmune disorder, and all these tribulations that I'm sure that all of you have experienced something similar. And it does not make us so different from each other. I made it my goal within the last 27 years to understand my body, mind, my mental, my emotional, my spiritual, and my wisdom body more. That's how I started with yoga. I went through the physical layer of movement, because that resonated way easier to me than sitting 1 hour in a meditation practice. I'm a very active person, so for me to just sit down and meditate has become easier, but it was not like this 20 years ago. I'm sharing this with you because I like you to understand that self-care is really your own responsibility. And we can easily find ourselves in moments of victimization where we just point a finger at this job, at this person, at this partner, at these circumstances. But self-care can be really affordable, which means you don't have to spend any money. You have thousands of YouTube videos on meditation, guided meditation practices, movement, yoga. And also there are people who will help you. So please, the door is always open. Contact me anytime, private message me. If you feel like, okay, Geraldine, I'm going to go through a crisis. Can you help? Because that's what I'm there for. That's what I'm certified in. And I understand exactly how it can feel like if you go through burnout, if you have to recover from burnout, if you go through loss, if you have experienced such a pain in your body that you don't know what else you can do. Saying that, I am not a psychotherapist and I'm not a cognitive behavioral therapist. And if you need medical help, please seek a medical practitioner. There are reasons why, for instance, we go through a therapist, if this is a psychotherapist, and the reasons why you maybe have to take medication, because everything is a chemical reaction in your body. And we're talking about energy, we're talking about quantum physics, we're talking about so many different layers of your being that sometimes we just need a total reset of our chemical reaction in our body. So please seek help. I say that now because I see and observe more and more around me people who really need help. And taking self-care in your own hands, some people don't even know where to start. You have a choice every single time, every single day. You have a choice to either eat that or that, to smoke that cigarette or not, to have that glass of wine or not, to hang around with this toxic person or not. You have always a choice. And what I only do in my coaching practices and with this Instagram account is just showing you, you have a choice. And it's up to you to take the responsibility and accountability. No one else can take it for you. And no one can tell you. Now, there's so many people that sometimes say to you, oh, yeah, but I don't know what you say because I don't have a problem with that. You know why? Because they are not you. You are you. I am me. Whatever baggage we have individually from our ancestral trauma, the PTSD, the trauma we have collected throughout how many lifetimes and this lifetime, as well as the experiences we have undergone, no one is in your shoes. And it's very easy said that people say to you, yeah, but I feel like this. I don't know why you feel like this. When you hear that, I'm going to maybe not give you the best advice here. You turn around and leave, because that's not what friends are for. Empathy, compassion, kindness, holding space for each other, not competing, no one telling you're too emotional, you're too sensitive. Who are they to say that? Who the heck are they to say that? So take self-care in your own hands, because no one else can do this for you. I'm only offering a portal where there are various practices. I have studied many different movement practices, being a ballet dancer before, modern contemporary jazz dancer, but there are so many other practices out there. If this is yoga, if this is kung fu, qigong, pencak silat, tai chi, swimming, running, tennis, whatever speaks to you and resonates to you. Music, such a great tool to hire you, to enhance your vibration or to reduce your vibration. The lyrics, the sounds, the frequency, super important. The people you hang around with, the conversations you engage with, meaning conversations about other people, gossip, lower vibration. And it will not make you feel good. Frankly speaking, when people gossip about other people, what will they say about you behind your back? Just same thing with lower vibrational activities. And hey, I like to have fun too. I like to go out sometimes, have a glass of champagne. I do. But I also need to know when to stop, because these are the vices that we have. And all of us have different vices. Some people, they are way better with surroundings which are loud because they're not highly audio sensitive. Some people are better with alcohol and they can assimilate it way easier. Some people are better with certain sports because their nervous system is not going to go totally into fight and flight mode. And find out what works for you. Who are you? The number question is, who are you? Once you know who you are, you know exactly what works for you. My teacher in the past used to say, if you know who you are, you know what you want. But now I'm going to say what you want is not necessarily what you need, because what you want can be influenced by your previous conditioning and programming that you have received between 0 and 7 years old, while your brain was in a theta brainwave, which means it was in a hypnotic state of mind. Meaning, whatever you have observed, how your parents have interacted with each other, if your parents were not around, how friends, kids, siblings have interacted with each other, you literally soak it up like a sponge. And it's a programming and a conditioning that stays deep within yourself. Now, I can go even deeper to past life regression sessions, ancestral trauma, all the baggage that you carry and you don't realize, where does this emotion come from? Why do I feel this deep sadness or this deep resonance to martial arts? Explore, find out, because we are more than just this flesh here. We're more than that. So today, this week, think about how can you care for yourself a bit more? You making that choice, not someone else for you. Having that discernment, what works for me, what does not work for me. And knowing that all of us have a story, it's easy to judge other people very quickly. When you do that, you only judge yourself. Because we all are mirrors to each other, a reflection towards each other. When you meet a person and it's a similar narcissistic person than you have had before, ask yourself, what is within yourself that you need to heal and you still need to learn? This whole life is a big playground on understanding all the lessons that will repeat each other again and again. The cycles, they will repeat. If you do not wake up and notice, how can you stop that cycle and how can you learn your lesson? Namaha, namaste.